Well, folks, it's my first message of the day, and I'd normally start with I do hope you well and all that palaver. I don't feel well myself today, so I'm not going to start that way. I say I don't feel well. I'm a bit happier than I was 2 hours ago, but I'm still not happy enough. This is it, Justin WELSBY, the guy that was Archbishop of Canterbury. I believe he's finally fell on his sword. He's walked today. He's walked. How he's lasted so long, I do not know. I'm glad he's gone, but he should have gone before now. If you don't know the story, it was on the channel the other day. Watch your news, you'll see it on your news. He's obviously high up in the old Church of England, he's WELSBY. He's had a mate called JOHN SMYTHE, who was a paedophile on a humongous scale. He's been fiddling with young boys throughout Great Britain. When he started to get found out, he moved over to Africa and started fiddling with them there. Conservative estimates say he's been messing with between 100 and 150 boys, all the way to rape, and who knows, it could be even worse than that. We know what is worse than that, and it could be, because it's happened throughout the world over the last few years. This WELSBY has been a mate of Smythe. Smythe has been part of his church, and WELSBY, we're told, found out about it all. I think it was in 2011, I think. He sat on it for about 5 years, and in 2016/17, somebody else from the church bubbled the paedophile to the police. They were looking at it and looking at forming a case whilst he'd gone over to Africa, and suddenly he dies in 2018, does John Smythe, without ever facing justice. Turns out WELSBY's known about it for 5 or 6 years and done absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing. And yesterday we said, well, yeah, I did know, it's one of the great regrets of my life. I think I should have done something, but I didn't. I don't know why I didn't, but I don't think I should lose my job over it. I don't think I should walk. I don't think he should walk neither. I think someone should break both of his legs and he won't be able to walk. I heard Nick Ferrari today on This Morning. Now, Nick Ferrari, for many, is Marmite. Many don't like him. I don't mind him. He normally says as he sees it. He normally tells the truth. And he's normally on the same page as me with virtually everything, really, or at least most things. Today he's saying, look, I think WELSBY probably has to go. You know, it's gone too far. He should have said something. He probably has to go. But let me just say, I've interviewed him a couple of times and I find him a thoroughly decent fella. I think he's a nice man. No, Nick. He's not a nice man at all. He has known somebody to do with his church has been fiddling with kiddies for years. I believe it started in the 70s, 30 odd, 40 years fiddling with kiddies. And he's known about it. And it took 5 or 6 years from him knowing about it till the police started an investigation. And even then it didn't come from him. That isn't a nice man at all. You can judge a man by the way he conducts himself and his deeds and whatever else, his deeds and whatever. This guy's got no redeeming features, no redeeming character whatsoever. You cannot know a paedophile's messing with kiddies and do nothing. I tell you now, if my next door neighbour is fiddling with one kiddie, or the one that side, and there's not one that side, it turns out, fiddling with a kiddie, I'm straight down to the cop shop straight away. And I mean straight away. And I don't leave it at that. Every couple of days I'm ringing the cop shop saying, have you arrested him yet? Have you arrested him? What's going to happen? WELSBY knew that at that time, reports were saying he'd fiddle with 60, 70, 80 kids. 80 kids, fiddle with them, messing with them, raping them and who knows what else. And WELSBY just sat on it and did nothing. That isn't a nice or a decent or a good human being. Is he the head of the church with CV? Maybe he is, I'm not of that religion. At the end of the day, I'm supposed to look after the flock. We know historically, from that church, and Protestants and Catholics especially, there's been lots of messing with kiddies. You know, lots of messing. There's been lots of sex outside the priesthood and vicarhood, if there's such a thing. There's not. I just didn't know the word for it. You know, but it's just evil. It's evil, and this WELSBY should not have sat on it. I mean, if I had anything to do with it, and luckily for him I've not, I'd arrest him as well, WELSBY. The fact that he's known about it for 4 or 5 years and done nothing, there should be some kind of charges levelled at him. There never will be. He's got away with it scot-free. And no doubt when he's walked today from the church, he's got some kind of payoff. I bet he's walked away with Dosh, which is why he wanted to stay yesterday. He's on a nice earner. I remember the days when your churchmen had nothing. They were poor. They did it for the love of God and all that. Now there's a lot of candy involved, a lot of candy. He'll have done well out of it, don't you worry. As did his mate. His mate did really well out of it. But pity those young boys. Pity those young boys over here and over in Africa, South Africa, wherever it may have been. Evil. Just sad. Really sad. As I say, I'd bang up this WELSBY for doing nothing, but that's never going to happen. But anyway, he's gone. Let's hope somebody, whoever walks in next taking his place, has got some kind of moral compass and something about him. And let's hope they try to run the church in the way a church should be run, the way religion should be run. It says it's sick, really sick.